Ciao everybody, my name is Chef Gino Campagna. I'm a culinary instructor. That's a fancy word. It means I teach people how to cook. Mostly I teach children. I'm a chef and I'm also a book author. My first cookbook is titled Chef Gino Taste Test Challenge. It's a great book. There's more than 100 recipes in here. They're all yummy, all fantastic recipes, but they are so simple to make that even a grown-up can make them. Now, the reason I'm here today is I want to show you one of my recipes from my book. You're going to love it. You're going to be inspired. You're going to be in the kitchen with your family in no time making the same recipe. Today, we're going to do a recipe that is on page 114 in my book. It better be 114. I wrote the book. There it is. The recipes today, it's called Thumbprints. What are thumbprints? Let's be honest. Thumbprints is a fancy, funny name I found for a classic Italian recipes, gnocchi. This is actually the first thing we're gonna learn today. The first thing I'm gonna teach you. It's gnocchi. The GN sounds a little hard for America, but Italians pronounce it gnocchi. Just like you say lasagna, or my last name, Campagna. Why do I know so much about Italy? Well, because I didn't explain to you earlier, but I am from Italy. In fact, I'm from Parma, the capital of food in the universe. Everything good comes from Parma, Italy. Parmigiano Reggiano, the king of all cheeses, is from Parma. Prosciutto di Parma, the best ham in the world, is from Parma. Parma has the largest manufacturers of pasta in the world, and we host the largest food conventions in Europe. So everything good comes from Parma. Let's talk about gnocchi. By the way, did you know there's something really simple in Italian? It's something gnocco. Gnocchi are so beloved in northern Italy that a couple of cities named their mascot after gnocchi. In Verona, they have King Gnocchi. And in Mantova, they have Papa Gnocchi, Daddy Gnocchi. So I'm wondering, maybe I should be from Parma, Emperor Gnocchi. I call gnocchi thumbprint because that was my job when I was a little boy in my mom's kitchen. My mom, Lapina, ciao mom, ciao Gino, used to make fantastic gnocchi. And my job at the time, I had a little thumb, was to make a little imprint in the gnocchi so the more sauce could rest and stick to the gnocchi. Gnocchi, more than a single recipe, is a preparation. You can make gnocchi with spinach, or you can make gnocchi with semolina flour. You can make gnocchi with the inside of the bread. But the most common, the one that you would order in an Italian restaurant or that you would buy packaged in a store, are called gnocchi di patate, potato gnocchi. Because you guessed it, the main ingredients are potato. And the right potato for this recipe is a russet potato. You can also use a Yukon Gold. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Use the russet. Let's go over the ingredients for these fantastic recipes. As we said, potato is the main ingredient. Then you're gonna need a little bit of egg. For a medium-sized potato, I would say it's like just an egg yolk, or if you scramble the egg, half of a scrambled egg. And then you need half a cup of flour and a little salt. So as you can see, not much to it, very simple, very few ingredients. The first thing you want to do is to prepare the potato. Now, there's different ways to do it. You can boil the potato like I do because my mom used to boil them, but you can also bake them. You can put them in the microwave if you want, or you can steam them. The important thing is that you cook them with their skin on, and then they are gonna be ready when a fork is inserted in them effortlessly, just like that. Take a butter knife, be careful when you use a knife, and when you start cooking, remember always to wash your hands. And peel off the potato, just like that. Super. See how easy it is? Time to mash the potatoes to prepare our gnocchi. You can use a masher just like that, just like a potato masher, the one you use for mashed potato. They come also in this kind of way. I love them both, I can decide. Nothing wrong if you want to use a fork. It's a little more complicated. You gotta mash really well because you don't want those little clumps of potato. But me personally, I grew up with this tool. It's called a potato ricer. You can find it in specialty stores and it's great. Let me show you how it works. You put the potato inside the canister, you close down, and then watch out. Oh, beautiful. Look at this. This is the way to do it. I love it. This is great. There we go. So Now I mash my potato with my potato ricer, or I rice my potato, whatever you want to do it, however you want to call it. I make a little hole in the middle right there. And now it's time to crack our egg. There's different way to crack an egg: with one hand if you're a professional like me, two hands if you want to be careful, or Gino style. Ouch! With your head. Don't do it. It hurts. So, very carefully, I'm gonna separate, like my mother taught me years ago, the yolk from the white. There it is. I'm a messy chef, and I'm gonna drop the yolk right in the middle of the volcano I just made. Boom, just like that. And then I'm gonna start adding the flour. Remember that the more flour you're gonna add to your dough, the heavier your gnocchi are gonna be. But if you don't put enough flour, then when you boil them, they're gonna dissolve in the water. You don't want that neither. So now I'm gonna start taking a fork, and I'm gonna mix the flour, the egg yolk, and the potato. And why not? I almost forgot, potato has no sodium, no salt. So I'm gonna put a little bit of salt also in my gnocchi, just like that. So now I'm gonna work my dough. The idea is to create a dough that is pliable and not wet. It doesn't stick to your hands. After a bit that you're mixing it with your fork, you're gonna use a chef's best tool, his hands. Look, mine are already dirty. Here we go. So, I'm gonna make it like this. I'm gonna mix it. How do I know my dough is ready? Very simple. Once I break into it with my palm and it's not sticky anymore. This is too sticky, so I'm gonna add a little more flour, just like that. And here we go. Now I'm mixing it, and as I'm mixing it, I can feel it is not as wet, almost ready. Sometimes when your hands get messy, you know what it helps? Take a little bit of flour, put it in your hand, and just wash your hands with the flour. Very good. I'm gonna use this very professional scraper to make sure I don't let anything on the working surface here, just like that. Beautiful. And my gnocchi dough is pretty much ready. See, when you work gnocchi dough, you don't want to overwork the dough, because again, the more you work it, the harder your gnocchi are gonna be. Now, when I break into it, it's not wet anymore, so I'm pretty good. I'm gonna clean up my working surface again. There we go. And I'm gonna dust up with a little flour, take a little bit of my dough, and make a little snake. This is super fun. The snake has to be sort of a finger size or dime size, however you wanna do it. Look how beautiful, just like that. Simple, right? Very simple. And then you can take a knife, or you can take, in this case I'm gonna take my scraper, and I'm gonna make little nuggets. There we go. These are my gnocchi. The gnocchi are ready, but they need to be rigged. They need to have some sort of an imprint so the more sauce can stick to it. The first trick I told you was to put a little imprint with your thumb, just like that. Another way to do it is to take a fork and roll the gnocchi on the back of your fork with your thumb, just like that. See? See how nice and rigged now it is? That's great. That's another way to do it. You can also try to find like this little wooden board in specialty kitchen store. Those are perfect for pasta and gnocchi. Let me show you how they work. So again, you press down, and here we go. Look how beautiful. Here's another one. Time for us to cook our gnocchi. This is as simple as preparing gnocchi. Have a grown-up boil a pot of water, add some salt to it, and then very carefully drop the gnocchi inside the boiling water. The gnocchi will immediately go to the bottom of the pan, and then when they're ready, they will float to the top. Scoop them up, and you're ready to eat your gnocchi. I know you can't wait to go back to story and activity time. I don't blame you. There's gonna be so many wonderful authors reading from their books, so there's a lot of things to do there. But let me finish my recipes. My gnocchi are now cooked, beautiful. And we can dress them up with a variety of sauces. We could put some pesto sauce or tomato or meat sauces, a little butter and cheese maybe. The way I'm gonna do it today is ultra simple. I wanna keep it with the simple theme of this recipe. I'm gonna add a little bit of olive oil, just a drizzle, just like that. Just a drizzle of olive oil on my gnocchi. And then to enhance the flavor of our potato gnocchi, I'm gonna add a little bit of Parmigiano Reggiano. I love it. And now, with the help of my favorite tool, a telescopic fork, I'm gonna taste my gnocchi. Remember, you can find me online. My website is chefgino.club. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram, #GinoTheChef. You can also get my book everywhere they sell books, Barnes and Nobles, online. The title of the book again is Chef Gino's Taste Test Challenge. Today we made a recipe from the book, gnocchi di patate, also called Thumbprints. My name again is Chef Gino. It was great to have you here. I'll see you next time. Ciao everybody, ciao. Oh my God, these are delicious.